Do I have anything immediately planned after I graduate? So, are you going to miss uni now that it is over? Maybe. Just a smidge. Just a little bit. What am I going to miss the most about LSE? Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Praise, and if you're not, it's lovely to have you with us again. For today's video, I'm going to be answering my most asked questions, or answering the questions that you asked me over on my Instagram. Next time I do this, if you do want to get involved, you can follow me on my Instagram. It's much more like, I wouldn't say it's artsy, but it shows a bit more into me. So if you are interested in that, you can find my Instagram on the screen or in the link in the description box. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So, as I said, I'm going to be answering my most asked questions that you all asked me over on my Instagram. And I've split the categories into uni, personal, career, and study tips. So, we're going to go through it like that. As most of you already know, I go to university, so a lot of questions asked me quite a bit, especially because I'm in my final year. First question that I got asked is why LSE over any other uni? My personal reason for why LSE over any other uni, firstly be due to its prestige. I just knew that the academic rigor of the university would just be best suited to me as how I am as a person. So I don't actually think it was like why LSE over any other uni. I think it was that LSE was the best place for me to go to based on how I am as a person. I liked education and I just knew I would be working hard there. Very international, you meet the best people from all over the world. Also, the academics at our university are amazing. They're really good at what they do. LSE is a really good university career-wise as well, so can't forget that. Second question I got is what are you going to miss the most about LSE and then studying law at undergraduate? Whew. If I'm honest, not much. But what am I going to miss the most about LSE? Okay, let's go to the part B. What am I going to miss the most about studying law? I think what I'm going to miss the most about studying law, the more I realise it, I don't seek academic validation. That is not me. But I enjoy learning. Like I said, I love learning new things. And I think the fact that studying law was just so versatile. I've learned so much about different types and areas of law. But I've done media law, I've done family law, I've done employment law, I've done, what am I doing this year? IT law, information technology law. There are so many different things about it, which I think that's probably the best thing about studying law here. And I personally have really enjoyed how interesting that all is. Okay, and then in line with that, what am I going to miss the most about LSE? The people. I don't know why it took me so long to actually think about that. It will definitely be the people and the professors. And you might say professors, wow. No, but they're actually people. At the end of the day, they're people. And I've found that a lot of the professors come to our events and they're so easy to talk to, and they've had so many different life experiences. Definitely be the people. People number one. Nothing else can beat that. You can say the education, but it's definitely the people. Hey guys, so I'm just popping in here to speak to you about the sponsor of today's video, Brilliant.org. So if you don't know what Brilliant is, they're an online learning platform for maths, science, data, computer science, and more, and they have over 60 courses online. The best thing about Brilliant is that they help you reach your goals in specific areas that you're looking to improve on. So if you're studying for your GCSEs right now, Brilliant is a perfect way if you're looking to develop in maths, or if you're looking to develop in science. So when I was younger, this would have been perfect for me because I really struggled with physics, science overall, and using Brilliant now, I use it more so to learn. I just enjoy learning, so I'm really interested in computer science. So that is why I have been using Brilliant to develop in this area. So they have thousands of lessons, and this ranges from beginner to advanced in AI, data, maths, computer science, and more. Like I said, the class that I'm currently enjoying at the moment, if I can show you here, is how technology works. This class takes you through understanding the inner workings of technology, the platforms to computer and data. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I actually study information technology law at university at the moment, and this supplements it really well. What I love about Brilliant is that, like, you can see here I have it up on my phone, so if you are in the mood to do something during your break, it's the perfect thing to spend time on. If you would like to try out everything Brilliant has to offer, you can get a free full 30 days on Brilliant if you visit www.brilliant.org/praise/. The first 200 of you to click the link in the description box below will be able to get 20% off Brilliant's premium annual subscription. I actually do love it so much, and I'm so glad that I have the opportunity to continue learning aside from my actual degree, and it's perfect for those of you if you're a STEM student, if you're in university, if you're studying for GCSEs or your A-levels, or if you're just looking for a platform to learn. Brilliant is the perfect place for you. So like I said, you can find a link in the top of my description box below. And thank you so much to Brilliant for sponsoring this video. Next uni question is my best LSE memory, and I cannot actually, oh yes I can. Oh yeah, my best LSE memory was last year. LSE Law School do a magazine called The Ratio, and I was on the front cover of it with another student called Mustafa and Professor Konageti, and that's probably my best memory. The event of it was my best memory because one, I got to like interview Professor Konageti about like human rights and his new book, and the other fascinating part about it was my friends came. like just seeing my friends Samira, Sarah and Yauda, like just seeing them there, like they came to support me, and that to me, like, it warmed my heart. So that's like a significant memory. It's not actually to do with academics, but that really warmed my heart. How are you feeling about graduating? So like I said, I do graduate this year. I am so happy. I couldn't be happier. Like I cannot describe it. There's no sense of fear about graduating. I think I will miss the routine of like a university and like being part of an institution, but it's like nothing stops. I'm so excited to graduate, and I think it's definitely time. I've been in education long enough. Another question I got is how to make friends at university. So main ways I'd say making friends: societies, definitely join as many as possible, speak to people in your course and in your classes. Like after you have a class, I'm not gonna lie, not everyone is the friendliest or like most welcoming, but you can get a vibe on the type of people that are welcoming in your classes. And I did that since first year. Like even if you just look at someone and they look back, don't just leave it there. Speak to them after class, speak to them in class, ask to study together, ask about something that you struggled with, and from there just develop friendships. I think those are the main ways. If you're living out of uni, I'd also say don't just restrict yourself to people who go to your university. There are so many different universities in London that you can make so many friends here, so I'd say branch out. Friendships are things that you actually have to invest time into and effort into, so yeah, go in with the intention of working towards it. This is a good question. It said, what would you say are the things you would have done differently if you could go to uni again? Let me tell you. So first thing I would have done is I would have moved out in first year. To me, it didn't really impact it. COVID like happened, so yeah, what can you do? No one was really enjoying themselves in first year. But if I could do it again, I definitely would have lived out for at least 1 year of uni. Everyone deserves that. So whatever you do, just 1 year, just experience it. 1 year, just 1 year. So that's one thing I would have done differently. I think I wouldn't have worked as hard as I did in first year, but it depends on your degree because my first year didn't count. Meet more people, I'd say. Another thing I would have done differently, which I really did, I did really well this year, is I would have spoken to more people earlier. The whole thing I said about friends earlier, just do it. I have made so many friends this year just because like I spoke to them, and I could have done that for the past 2 years, but it was actually just I don't even know what I can attribute it to. But yeah, I think I would have done everything I did this year in my final year of uni in the previous years. So join more societies, make more friends, live out for 1 year, and balance like social life and studying. How to navigate a top uni as an ethnic minority, imposter syndrome and academic stress. So when it comes to imposter syndrome, I think it's your mindset. That's the biggest thing. I have never felt imposter syndrome. At least I personally don't think. I've never been somewhere and felt like I don't belong here or I don't deserve to be here. I think that it's a mindset thing. Once you like believe in yourself enough to know that whatever you do have, like you got it out of working for it, then you own it. Like you go in and own it. So at LSE, I've never felt like, oh, I don't deserve to be here. I've questioned how I've got in, but it's not that I don't think like I don't deserve to be here. I know I deserve to be there because I wouldn't be sitting in the classroom. Like, why would I be sitting in the classroom or in a lecture if I didn't deserve to be here? I also think another thing that I have done to deal with like navigating LSE is just being myself through and through. I feel like you need to own yourself, like just have faith in yourself and confidence in yourself, because I think that all speaks for it. Like I never have to say this or that to someone. Be yourself, then everything will come to you. Best on-campus accommodation, I think for LSE specifically, I've heard it's Bankside. That's where people have the most fun and that's where most first years live at. Final question in the section of uni is, was LSE worth it? I'd say based on how I am now, definitely. I'd say it definitely was worth it. I think university is a very interesting experience for everyone, whether you go to a university in London or whether you go to one in Manchester or Birmingham. University is a life lesson. I would 100% say LSE was worth it. This seems so sad, like I'm not even done yet, but yeah. Next question I got was basically what is next for praise. There's a lot, I'm not gonna lie. So this summer I have an internship. I'm not going to speak more about it until I probably start it, but it's not in law. I have an internship because I decided why not. This summer I definitely have plans to travel like everywhere, so expect travel vlogs because that will be me. And I'm using this summer because I have never had a break in 21 years of studying. Unlike some of my friends, so unfortunately I'm not having a gap year. That's what's next for me. This summer I've got an internship. I've got so many fun events planned with my friends. I'm speaking at a couple of conferences, so that's what's next for me. Next question is, do I have anything immediately planned after I graduate? So I'm happy to say yes, I do. Last summer I did a vacation scheme at a law firm and then I got that converted into a training contract. No, this year I'm going to law school. Woo! So I will be going to law school in September. I'll be doing the SQE, but all I know is I'm going to law school, and then after that I am going to work at my law firm to do my training contract. So I can happily say that those are officially my plans after I graduate. So I have a training contract from a law firm which I actually really love, and yeah, I couldn't be happier with that. A question that I found really interesting based off of that is, if money wasn't an issue but you still had to work, what career would you pursue? The reason why I find this so interesting is because before LSE and studying law, probably would have said like I'd love to be and continue being a lawyer, but that was because I didn't branch out and explore more. Now that I'm at uni, I think I definitely put myself in a position where I branched out more. I did more things that might not just be about law. So as you guys know, like I love editing. I do love like creating content. I love editing. So I think anything in a creative industry is something that I would love, whether it's marketing, whether it's like photography, videography. What was the question again? What career would you pursue? Anything in the arts basically is what I would pursue if money wasn't an issue. But yeah, that's the honest truth, I'm not going to lie. This question was so cute. Question I got was, how do I get clear skin? So if I'm honest, and I've said this before, the reason I've never had like, if you can see, I'm very grateful to my parents. I have sensitive skin on my body, but face wise, like I don't get spot. Like I'll get the occasional spot, but my skin has just been clear like basically my whole life. In terms of what I do use, I can show you. I have a very simple routine. I use this, and then I use this, and then sometimes when I'm trying to, you know, jazz my skin up, I use, no, this is the wrong one, there's more in there. I use hyaluronic acid base, but basically I wash my face every morning, every night, and use this, and sun cream. Yeah, the Bondi Sand sun cream is my holy grail. Like that's my baby. Next question is, what makes you happy and are you happy? Personally right now, I am happy. Like I am happy and I'm proud of myself. The fact that I've got through LSE to me is a big achievement. So I am happy. I think I am enjoying life more and learning to relax. My friends make me happy. My family first. My life makes me happy. Yeah, I think a lot of things make me happy. My brother asked, have I discovered who I am as a person? And I'd say I've always known who I am, but I think always growing and developing as a person. So to that, I would say partially. And the last couple of questions are study tips related, so I'll quickly go through these. Do you have any advice for last minute prep on in-person exam? No, because I have my first in-person exam in 5 years next month. So no, I don't have any tips on it, but I'm just trying to remind myself what GCSE praise was doing and how I did that. When I figure that out, I'll let you know. Exam revision advice for first year modules. I do actually have a lot to say on that. Be tactical in your revision in terms of your topics. So you don't need to study everything, but be smart about what you do revise, because when it comes to questions, study enough to be able to have an option in terms of the questions that you do, but don't study everything to the extent that it's not useful at all. I would also recommend doing further readings yourself, like doing more than is required, because not everyone will have those further readings, and that's what I always have done and do, and it's really helped me grade wise, essay wise, writing wise. Work on your stress management. First year, definitely for sure, when I had those 24-hour exams, I was not looking after myself or my mental health. So I would recommend you learn to look after yourself during exam season and have things to look forward to. The end of it, in the middle of it, learn to take breaks. That's a big one. Second year module selection advice and insight into ones that you have done. I have done family law, IT law, employment law, media law, and a dissertation. I'll quickly go through each one and say what I'd recommend and what I wouldn't. A dissertation, only do it if you are organized, and genuinely only do it if you are organized and you're able to stay on top of things yourself. Family law, I absolutely love it if you're interested in sociological issues and just the law, but related to people and learning about different things like adoption. It's just, honestly, I'd recommend it to anyone, even if you don't think that's your thing. It's so interesting. So I loved it. IT law is a bit of a hit and miss. Definitely when you're picking your modules, look at what the exam format will be like and what you prefer. So for IT law, it was an essay in Michaelmas term, and then I have another take-home assessment in 2 weeks time. Studying it was quite like, it's not what I thought it would be, basically. Employment law, really well organized course. If you're interested in it, definitely pick it. And last but not least, media law. I personally really enjoyed it, and I love the format in terms of it's just 2 summatives, so there's no exam, but you write 4,000 word essay in one term and a 4,000 word essay in the other. So yeah, those are the ones I've picked, but if you do have any questions in terms of what other ones there are and whether I'd recommend it, comment it down below or just message me over my Instagram, and that would be better. But yeah, and that's basically it for today's video. So thank you guys so much for sending in your questions. I actually thoroughly enjoyed answering it. Hopefully this video is not too long, but that has been it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you do have any more questions, you can either comment them down below in the comment section, or you can DM me on my Instagram and I will happily answer any more questions that you have. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. It's been your girl Praise, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye. Go, 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 shorty. It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your